Welcome back. This is the new easy Threading Jig Pro from Craig at Chefwarekits. There's a couple of features I want to show you on it real quick before we get started, and I'll walk you through setup. So this is, you're going to notice right off the bat, it's a lot beefier than the other ones. It's not just designed for doing small boxes. You can do things like urns off of it. He's done ones up to 11 inches off the end of this thing. So there's no slop in it. It's solid piece of machinery. So there's a couple little things I want to show you real quick. It has a set screw on here on the tool post. So if you're doing something like a box, do your lid first, then put your base on, loosen up the set screw, just pivot it out of the way, check your fit to make sure it's perfect, and if you need to go in a little bit more, you can cut a little bit deeper and bring it right back up, set your screw, and when you rotate it, make sure your threads are lined up right where they were starting to cut the first time. But that's the only little thing you need to keep in mind to get that. And it actually has on the back side for your depth here, it has an indexer in it. You can hear it, you can feel it click as it goes around, so you can set it every time, and it actually has a point on it too, so you know when it's a full rotation. So all right, let's go ahead and set it up. The wood shop is sponsored by Robust Lathe, Easy Wood Tools, and Chefwarekits. The first thing you're going to notice is this thing is beefy. It's not going anywhere. There's no slop in it. Craig's having them made right here in the US now. So they come with two spindles, a 10 teeth per inch and a 16. We're going to use the 10 today. And to install that, it's got a little locking washer in there. The gnarled side goes on the back here. Slide it together. And what you want to do is tighten it down all the way to where it's just a little hard to turn. So, and then back it off just a hair so that it's still smooth but will turn inside of there. And then there's two set screws right there. Crank those in. I'll test it here in a second, make sure. Yeah, it's a little bit tight, so you don't want it too tight, but you don't want a bunch of slop in there either. So there we go. And just back that off just a bit. Can't see it down there. The first thing you want to do is set the tool height up. So you want it on center, so just use your headstock and the quill here. Leave your tool rest loose and spin this in, and it will just let it adjust for that a little bit, and then go ahead and lock your tool rest down. So to put your chuck on, they come with adapters. You can get whatever size chuck you have. So 1 inch here. Screw that in. I have a set screw there. I'll just lock that down. You can see right there. And then mount it on. There's a flat spot right there. Slide that on. Lock that down. There we go. It's nice and smooth. So, and then the key too when you're threading the box is just keep this thing moving nice even pace all the way around as you go. There we go. So there's a little mark right there. So one complete turn and you know right where you're at. There's a mark. And then take your knob here and lock it back down. So I just got a piece of all thread. It comes with a collet and the bit here. Slides right in like that. Just run it through your headstock. And this knob and the washers go on the back side, so it pulls that cutter in there and seats it in there so it's not vibrating around. You don't want that thing to come out of the lathe when it's cutting. And recommended speed is 2,500 RPMs on this. So here are some threads I cut with a piece of madrone. This is a nice hardwood. Harder the wood the better, but a nice clean cut, no tear outs on it. There we go. It's a solid jig. There's no slob or play in it. Everything runs nice and smooth. I'll do a full project. I'll do a big urn so you can see how stable it is working with something large like that once I get my new lathe. But it's a solid jig, and again, it's from Craig at Chefwarekits, and he's having these made right here in the U.S. and so it's very nice. All right, take care.